It's no secret. I love me some hate. Hate, 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 hate. Hate is in my heart. And I want to see it come back to the NBA. The NBA is better when not everybody grows up on AAU liking each other. There's been a trend I've seen across social media lately of the AAU tournaments getting a little spicier. Guys talking a lot more S.
I hate that. That's not where it should be.
Yeah,
the AAU circuit is broken. It is dumb. I think that it is ruining basketball.
I agree. I do like that the buddy stuff is disappearing. I don't.
When it gets to the NBA, yes.
Yeah, but that's where a lot of those bonds are forged because they all play together.
Yeah.
On the same stack teams.
I don't think there's anything good about the AAU circuit getting spicy. I think there's nothing good about it.
I agree with you in a general sense. I like that I guess the better way to put this is that guys are not stacking teams everywhere now. Mm-hmm. You're seeing guys go lead a team with guys now. Don't get me wrong, the Montverdes and the travel team that they played for. It always gets out of my head. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But you're seeing guys go play for their own teams. And I think instead of everyone joining teams, you're getting more guys go head to head, which I think starts those rivalries earlier.
Mm-hmm. Which,
again, if you're only going to play a year in college and not build those up, that's the way to go. I say all of this because Ja Morant and the Lakers have a nice little budding feud going. And last night, Ja Morant kind of let things be known where it stood.
I think I did it too small to somebody who was too small. I mean, he came back and did it respectfully. He's 6'8", whatever. I would expect it. I thought it was a charge. He did it, and I don't back down from nobody. Don't care who you are. My job was to just come back. I got my bucket, and I set the tone. My teammates fed off of it, and you see what happened. So, top dog in our league. You take out the top dog. Who else you fear?
You get up, man.
I don't fear nobody anyway, but yeah, I ain't had to, I ain't had to get up. I ain't been down.
Well, we know Ja Morant doesn't fear a high school kid.
Yeah, it's true. Look, you can say shoot the messenger here because it's Ja Morant, but look, if somebody's going to do it. If he's already the bad guy, let him continue to be the bad guy. And that was Ja Morant in reference to LeBron James hitting Ja Morant with a too small, which LeBron James 6'9", 275 pounds. Ja Morant 6'1", about $195.
So yeah, too small.
Too small.
He's too small.
But I think what his point there was number one, you can't hit me with the too small and then lose the game, which you can't.
You can't do it.
The Memphis Grizzlies smoking the Laker pack last night, 131-114. But you also kind of had Ja go a step further, basically saying, I don't like these guys.
I wasn't surprised. When I just wanted to be on the floor. I knew we was winning the game.
What is it about this Laker team? It always...
I don't like them. They knocked me out of the playoffs. And then last year, we had a game, and they came in here and popped it on our home floor when I was in street clothes. So I wasn't a night.
Has tonight kind of been building?
Nah. He was just next on the schedule. Lakers, actually. I won't even say him, Lakers. And then, they beat us last time. I didn't get to play, like I said, last year. They came on our home floor, beat us on our home floor, was laughing, playing, looking at me, talking. My message was I was in street clothes. This was my first opportunity to get back on the floor playing against them. I bring first, whoever. Then the situation happened, which pretty much got me going.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. Now, that I love it because it's the Lakers, first of all. Don't like the Lakers.
Yes.
But it is rivalries in the NBA have been gone for so long. And
real quick, what's a rivalry in the NBA's that's genuinely active where there's bitter hatred?
I think you have Knicks, Philly.
Yep.
See, the thing is, you have to think about it and end it with a question mark.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is you don't
Boston,
LA to an extent, but it hasn't mattered because they haven't met since the Kobe era.
I don't like. I finally this afternoon watched the video of Ja Morant and him coming, and he comes up behind LeBron and purposely bumps into him from his back. Look,
I think that's more about you not liking Ja Morant.
I do not like Ja Morant,
and I think that probably
he's a little
into
B.
That.
I think he's a little B, and what he did last night, I think, kind of reinforces that.
I am
in my opinion. From my standpoint.
I am at the as a basketball player. Did you guys see Jaws' cockback dunk that he pulled back and then reversed 180'd the other night?
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, it was going to be a dunk and then went and like reversed.
He
layup
literally
it.
decided to
Yes.
spin the opposite way in midair after looking like he was going to have like
that body control is incredible.
it's one of one.
Yep.
It's one of one. Like if you're talking about like pure just basketball joy of like watching an insane athlete play basketball, there's not many people more fun to watch than John Morant.
He's got that it factor, and it on the floor is a spectacular player. Off the floor, it's a complete idiot.
Yep. And if he's gonna, but
he's
here's
an
the thing.
S show.
He is. But if he can manage to, number one, keep the guns away, but number
And
two,
not beat up high school kids.
just not be a colossal moron, go be the villain.
Yeah.
Remember,
Well, but he's already the villain.
but that's what
He's
I'm
already
that's
the
what
villain.
I'm
He's
saying.
saying
Like,
lean into
like
it.
lean into
I mean,
it. Like
okay.
go like
Just
remember the quote before all of this stuff happened with the guns where he went on and did the interview with ESPN where like we're good in the West.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was oof. But when he said that, loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it because instead of giving the platitudes, it like everybody's like, look, if you're PR, you want platitudes, you want control. You want to be able to every last bit of everything, you want it to be canned and basic and normal and vanilla, and you want nothing to get out. That's like the PR world dream. Now, don't be wrong, you need to balance that with growing your players and their brands and everything. And it's a very fine line. But you limit the exposure because you limit the opportunities of somebody making a mistake, particularly someone like John Morant, who at any point in time is capable and willing of saying something very, very stupid.
Very dumb.
But you need villains. There has to be for a good versus evil, there has Lakers Celtics, there's no good.
Well, and look, we had a Bill Lane beer for a long time, and I don't.
Dennis Rodman,
Dennis Rodman.
You need villains in the NBA.
John Morant is a fake tough guy.
I don't even care. Look,
He's a fake tough guy.
Joe Mazzulla said he wants to fight again. Remember?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. But we could get a whole bunch of people talking S.
Yeah, and I think that it isn't necessarily bad for the game. I mean, it really isn't, because it's an entertainment business, and you're creating entertainment in those purposes. I mean, I was trying to think of, like in the NFL, those bad guys are kind of gone too.
There's no Bill Romanowskis. There's no James Harrisons. There's no
but they
Richie
don't,
Incognitos.
They don't. That's what the NFL has wanted, though, after years and years of bad PR. I mean, there's still a Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm. That's a different kind of villain, though. You know what I mean? Like there's
that's not a
Jabril Peppers.
Yeah, like
hell,
Aaron Hernandez.
This is the thing, though.
Perfect.
Yeah,
like Tyreek Hill should be that guy, and nobody even thinks about
the
it.
fact that he continues
Kareem
to
Hunt.
get both the Tyreek Hill continues to get that pass is one of the more interesting things in sports.
You are not wrong.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
why him and
Everybody
not,
glazes over it. It's like a Krispy Kreme donut.
yeah, it's like
Everybody glazes over it.
It's not Greg Hardy. It's not Ray Rice. It's like why? How does he get out of
No
it?
idea.
Right?
No idea.
Is it because he's little and he scores touchdowns?
I don't know.
And he does like
I
Fortnite and TikTok dances?
have no idea.
And you know what? I might have a little bit more respect for John Morant if instead of him coming up and bumping into the back of LeBron James, if he went and did it like chest to chest.
Okay.
It's fine.
You want to call him names and you want to do that kind of thing? Go do it chest to chest. Don't bump into his back.
All right.
Don't be a little B.
I'm okay with that. Because again, I'm a big fan of say it with your chest. But look, I want more players to do this. I want more. Jeff Teague's podcast and telling stories and everything that's kind of come out of that. He had Jason Tatum on over last week, and it was incredible because Jason Tatum showed more character and more like chutzpah than in that 30 minutes than I've ever seen.
I believe
from him.
it's pronounced chutzpah.
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 Yeah,
You
but
got to get a good, throat thing in there. Chutzpah.
it was just really interesting. Like this Jason Tatum would be phenomenal because they talked about how him and Evan Turner, to fire him up, they'd be like, man, Luka's the best player on the planet. And Tatum would look at him like, what are you talking about? And he goes, we'd be sitting on the bench. We knew we weren't playing. We just wanted to watch JT kill something. And we just, ET and I would just sit there and lob stuff like that out at him, knowing it would piss him off, and he would go nuclear. And he was like, and I was like, yes, good.
More people need to piss him off in the NBA Finals then.
Right?
And speaking of which, ET always sounded like he had something he had to hawk up out of his throat too.
Hey, come on, he couldn't help it.
I didn't say he could help
got a
it.
back door.
He was good. I love ET. He's a good personality.